Why, hello there, quilters. This is the unprepared version, which somehow is different than any other week you're asking. But yeah, most times I run around the day before, the night before, and have a rough idea what I'm doing. This week it all fell apart at the last minute because what I was going to show you today turns out I completely forgot somewhere to not just put the price tags on it, but also put it in the inventory. No idea what that invoice is. I remember I had it in my hands, but I got busy doing something else. And this is what life with my brain is like. I also had to do a quick trip to St. John last night to deliver some new glasses to my father, who broke all his in the nursing home. So he didn't even have any on his face when I got there. So that kind of threw me off. Oh, well, you'll forgive me. I know you will. Let's see. It's May 17th. This is the Quilting Shed coming to you live from just outside Fredericton, New Brunswick. Woo! Only a couple of more weeks left for the Wednesday live videos, and then we will take a break for the summer. Just want to get that out of the way. If you're going to Quilt Canada in Halifax, I will also be there. I'm really not liking how this black wall hanging is hitting my head and making my head look explodey. Oh well. So Quilt Canada, Halifax, June 7, 8, 9, something around there. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but you know when it is. I'll be there. If you see me, squee me. We will have fun. Yeah, I'm hoping to do a lot of socializing while I'm there and possibly some videos. I always intend to do videos when I do things at like conferences and things and go to shows and stuff. And then I wind up having so much fun and getting so overwhelmed that I literally forget to turn my camera on. So, woo! Da, 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 da. Good morning, Susan, and good morning, Heidi. Yay, Susan. Speaking of Susan, she was hard at work. The two of us got working on the weekend, and Sea Breeze came in last week. You all love it, and you've been petting it. And we cut, I say we, I mean the royal we, as in Susan, cut a whole pile of fat quarters from Sea Breeze. Nice. I had to play with them. I've grouped them. These fat quarters are $5.50 a piece, so they're a little more than our usual $5. Then I group them into like, these ones are all the geometrics. And these ones are all just the beiges. I know. And then these ones are all the florals. Yeah, I just had so much fun with these. And then I went, if you might have seen this either in our group that we have on Facebook just for chit-chatting, if you're a fan of the store, it's called the Quilting Shed Front Porch. If you look that up on Facebook, it's just a group where we can discuss stuff about things going on in the shop, things that are you and me, stuff that you've made with stuff out of the shop. Fun stuff. It's great. So yeah, I posted in there. I did a quick mock-up of a quilt design. Quick. It was less than an hour. I was just tinkering away on the laptop in Electric Cute. Yeah, it's cute. Where I made a quick quilt top using the Sea Breeze fabric and a super light blue from Kona, either the fog or the sky. Both of them match them pretty well. It's lighter than the lightest blue in here, but it looks really good. You know, just a bunch of stars. And I was trying to figure out how to show that to you right here in the live, but I'll just stick an image in the comments later or something. Too much technical issues today for my brain. What else have I been doing? So the other thing I did do was I told you last week about the Grace Company Canada quilting frames and quilting machines. And I have the Q-Neat 21 as a long arm on the 8-foot table. Love it. I got to play with the Cutie, which is a tabletop frame that you put your own sewing machine on. I know. So the concept is you want to do free motion quilting. But when you sit down to your regular sewing machine, you've got to move your fabric in that throat space of your machine. You've got to hold on to it and everything. But the cutie frame mounts your sewing machine onto this, like, it's like a little mini long arm frame, except it doesn't have the rollers. You just sort of clamp your top down and you just work in that section. But if you've ever thought, I wish somebody or something could just hold this for me while I quilted this bit, that's what the cutie frame does. And this is messy. This was 3 test blocks that I'd had. So uh, you can see here that my machine that I have, it's a Brother PQ 1500. It's a pretty decent machine. It's pretty industrial. It only does a straight stitch, but it also can drop the feed dog so I can free motion with it. And this is the throat space of my machine minus the rails from the cutie. Because you've got a little thing where you're clamping the fabric, so that will take up about 2 inches. But that's not bad. I'm able to do all this, and I also measured, it was about 32 inches across. So you can see here, I actually stitched myself a line here. This is just, these were leftovers blocks. I was trying this scrappy technique. My mom will recognize it. The birch trees from Crazy Mama Quilts. So I was just using this as a tester. It's worst case scenario. It will go inside something else or be donated to like the SPCA for cat beds or something. So it's not a waste. Everybody's like, I don't want to waste my fabric. I don't want to waste it. This is not a waste because we are using this to practice our techniques. And I went through all my other stitches. So yeah, the cutie frame is super cool. Super, super cool. I also started another piece. I didn't really baste it. The instructions didn't say baste. I have this all rolled up. But I wanted to see how it handled shifting things and moving things around. So I've been working on this one. So I was looking at the piece like this and using my machine from the side as if it was a long arm and doing what I would normally do on the long arm, but on the cutie frame with my regular machine. Huh. Yeah. And the only reason I stopped on this one is because it was getting late and I ran out of bobbin thread. And you can see from the back, not too bad. I think what I'd like to do with these seam lines here, I didn't want to tackle free motion wise. So I think if I had thought about it a little more honestly, I would have gone through with my walking foot and done walking foot quilting on the major seams and then put it on the frame and done my free motion. And if you didn't know you could do that, that is my tip for you today. You can always use your walking foot and stitch in the ditch on major seam lines, and that will hold your quilt enough so that you can free motion quilt whatever you want within those lines in whatever order you like. That, of course, is best for when you're doing custom designs in each section. And I've done like 1, 2, 3, 4 different stitches in each of these areas. Some of them I'll repeat. But yeah, do the major seam lines, and then like on the cutie frame, you just, unclamp the sides, move it over to another section. They call them zones. And then you quilt in that, and then you just unclamp, move to the next section. That works for a lot of things. Even when I'm on the long arm, I will often do that. If I know I have to do a lot of complicated things in different areas, I'll start at the top of the quilt and I'll just do the major seam lines all the way down so that the entire quilt is very loosely quilted. And I can just roll back and forth and do whatever the heck I like. And it works on whatever you're quilting. So there, that's cool. And if you do want to see the cutie frame in action, because it basically takes up the whole entire cutting table, pretty much, what I'm asking is if you want to check it out, try it out, we will do that after shop hours. Now the shop is from 10 to 4. So, but let's face it, after 3:30, hardly anybody shows up. Maybe one person might show up. So if you do want to come over, let me know ahead of time. Basically, make a loose appointment, not too formal, and I can bring the frame out and set it up. Like once it's all assembled, you just take two pieces off and lean it up against the wall. It's not too bad. I have it behind like one of my recliners in the office. It's fairly out of the way. So it's about 4 feet long and about yay deep. Can't recline too much. Keeps me from napping in the middle of the day. So yeah, if you want to look at that, just let me know. We'll just do it like after the shop's closed. And the kid doesn't have any classes anymore. So I don't have to literally go anywhere at 4 o'clock. That's why the shop has closed at 4 o'clock for all this time, is mom's got to go get the kid at college. So enough of that. Let's move on to some sale stuff, because I got bored yesterday. I was like, we got to move some of this. And I just realized that this weekend coming up is the long weekend, and we are going to finish moving the rest of the fabric in the store. And if I were a little smarter and thought of it sooner, I would have very heavily promoted moving some of this fabric out so that we don't have to physically move it. But I do have some things for you. This has been on sale, but I just wanted to remind you, there's still some left. This very nice panel, and it has been Pussy Willow season. So this is down to $10. There's maybe 3 of them left. It would make me feel so good if you were able to swing by and pick up one. That would be great. It's like you're personally doing me a favor. Also, it's getting close to butterfly season and dragonflies. Again, there's only 3 or 4 left of this. Look at how nice that is. And both of these are Northcott. So if you have any blenders or anything in your stash from Northcott, they are likely to match quite well. This would match a lot of the shimmer fabrics that they have with the metallics. That's also $10. And then again, there's only 2 or 3 left of those. So what else did I find? I like spreadsheets. So what I did, if you're a geek like me, I did an inventory dump, and then I just took the fabric category of stock that I have, and then I sorted it by stock levels after I took out a bunch of the basics. So it's interesting to see what sells and what doesn't sell. Really neat. But one of the things I did find that I had a lot of, and I'm like, girl, we're putting that on sale. Lilac bunnies. I know it's not Easter, but this is on sale for $10 a meter. And I noticed my mom just asked a question. Can I do a video using the cutie frame? Yes, I can. And yes, I will. And this is on my schedule. I just haven't got to it yet. I'm hoping that once the weekly live videos off my schedule, I will have the brain space to do other standalone videos, including something like, here's how I use the cutie with my machine, and some other things that you people have been asking for, because there just aren't enough days in the week. Or as my friend Danielle says, and Danielle owns Chloe's Quilting Cafe, she says, we'll just do these all at 5 o'clock in the morning. She and I both have these ideas, and some of them we just stop ourselves because, like, when are we going to do these? If we didn't sleep, we could get all this stuff done, honestly. The other thing that I put on sale, other than these lilac Easter bunnies, but I mean, get it now, you'll have it in your stash. It's like stocking up for the summer. The poppies. This is the packed poppies. And this is the not packed poppies, I guess. The field of poppies with the text print in the background on white. So those are down to $10 a meter now. And I've put them over on the clearance shelf by the door. This baseball fabric, $10 a meter. You know somebody who likes baseball? There you go. That would be good. And also, The other thing that I have for you is this nice nursing fabric. Look at that. Do you know any nurses? Nurses are awesome. There are a few nurses that quilt that I know, and hospital staff people. Make them something nice. They deserve it. They do a really hard job. Or, as my mom says, you could just buy them some nurse bait, which is a box of chocolate. That is her handy tip. If you are ever staying in the hospital, have somebody bring you a box of chocolate for the nurses. You will get checked on so much. Speaking of my mom, Mom, let me know how Carl is doing. Mom's husband, Carl, we love him. He had knee surgery yesterday. I hear the food is crap where he is, but he'll be home soon. Yay. Mm. So that's some $10 a meter fabric that I put on sale. The other things I discovered is we have a lot of, and you've probably seen them, bolts that are still in the plastic. It's extra stock. I do like to get in things like an extra bolt of things that I know sell very quickly anyway, like solid white, solid black. Got like 3 or 4 bolts of each because everybody needs them and it always runs out at the last minute. But in case you didn't know, this is a cream tone on tone. It's got a nice little design. It is cream. And it is 15.2 meters. This is a huge bolt. Woohoo! But you can pay roughly $10 a meter if you buy the whole bolt. Go with a friend. Give you all the background you ever need for like 5 quilts. When you break it down like that, like if you use 3 meters of background for each quilt, 3 times 5 is 15. That's 5 quilts. It's not a lot when you think about it. So yeah, all that to say, we will sell you full bolts of fabric, usually at roughly 20% off of retail. Sometimes I can't give a specific price for a particular bolt because the amounts vary. Like I can order something that says it comes on a 10-meter bolt, and when they actually send it to me, it can be anywhere from 9.5 meters to 12 or whatever. It's a rough guide. But anyway, and just know you're getting 20% off. But give me a little heads up to do some math if you're interested. I think this one worked out to about like 140 or something. It's wild. The other thing that came in, it is May, so everybody's graduating from like university and stuff. Just reading the comments, an update from my mom. She's telling everybody. Yeah, got to bring them home soon. Poor mom. Had to do all the manly work around the house by herself. The other thing that apparently some unnamed chain stores have trouble keeping in stock are things like Pellon products. And this is the fusible shear weight, the 906F. I have 2 bolts of this. So if you are working on t-shirt quilts for those graduates and you want to diffuse some interfacing to the back of some t-shirts with some very lightweight interfacing, I have got you covered. It's $4.50 a meter. So, and like I said, I've got plenty. So if you need some, you just come see me. The other thing that I put on sale was I have some fireside backings where I don't know how this happened, but I accidentally ordered extra bolts of colors that I already had instead of like a new color. So there's 2 or 3 colors that I have a lot of. And if you've been in here, you know we are always short for space and it's getting a little dark trying to go down the hallway, which is skinny enough, but it's also got a line of boxes lining the hallway. And my husband's skinny, but if I put any more down there, he might have to turn and go sideways. So let's do this to make it a little easier for Ron to find the bathroom in the dark. The Fireside Espresso, which is a dark brown, I've marked down to 20 a meter, and it's already 60 inches wide. So if you get 1.5 meters, you'll have a piece that's 60 by 60. And it'll only cost you $30 plus tax, which that's pretty good if you have some nice cuddly lap quilts you need to finish. So that's the espresso. This is a nice brown. Look at that. Nice and cozy for lap quilts for the couch or out by the campfire because we're getting there. Out at the camp, in the camper, in your trailer. Nice dark brown. It's going to hide the dirt most of the summer. The other color was the saffron yellow. It's a really bright yellow. I do have two yellows. There's a more of a pastel yellow, and this is the saffron yellow. So this is also down to 20 a meter because I've got another bolt of this color. Let me tell you, the yellow does not normally sell very quickly. So I would like to move some of that out so I could get it maybe a different color. That would be great. Telling you. And there's one of the grays that I also have a lot of. I think it's the really light gray that is also on sale. But if you look in the description on this video, depending on when you're watching, it's either up there or down there. I have a link to the sales page where all of our sales are. It's thequiltingshed.com/on-sale. You'll find it in there. Or if you just go to the backing fabrics category from the menu, drop down where it says shop here and it says fabrics, you hover over that and then it says backing fabrics, you click on that, you'll find it in there. Yeah, I know. So there's that. Oh yeah. This is the canvas white. You know, I like the canvas blender and you can't really see. It's the one that kind of looks grungy. I do have some extra of the whitewash and I know I have lots of the antique white. Sometimes I feel so professional ordering more of colors that I don't need and not quite enough of the colors that I do need. Anyway, 20% off full bolts. We got lots. The last thing that I have going on, excuse me. Speaking of, so if you watch my videos a lot, my mom does a lot of scrappy quilts. She's made friends with people in the comments that are also my friends and customers and members of the various guilds. She was able to meet our mutual friend, Angela, who she's been trading scraps with over the past couple of years. This is great. So Mom, Angela has dropped off a bag of scraps just for you. And why is my stuff going? Anyway, sorry about that. Why did this? My screen went to sleep. So yeah, Mom, she dropped off a bag just for you. It's not a little bag. It's not a little bag, Mom. She did drop it off in time for Mother's Day, and we had to cancel that visit for reasons. But Susan and I did start going through some of this just to tidy up a little because the bag was hard to close. So we just, one of the bags was kind of stuffed in there. So we folded some. There's some good stuff in here. Can't wait to see what my mom makes. Someday I will go down, visit my mom, make a video, and her and I will talk quilting. And you will get to see my mom's process when she does her scrappy quilts. Right. Yeah, Mom, sometime I want to come down and we'll do a video. Okay. Is that all right with you? Great. What's in it for you? This bag of scraps. That's what's in it for you. You get to kiss my face in person. So yeah, that's all I got for you today. And there's only a couple more weeks for live videos. We'll stop them the end of May. We will be having no live videos for June, July, most of August. Haven't decided what week we come back yet. I'll figure that out later. Toying with changing the format, but we'll see how my summer goes. Don't know. Until then, I guess, let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you're finishing up. Let me know how I can help you get your quilts done. Okie dokie. Great. I will see you later. And my mom's telling me don't steal any of her fabric. Right. Life at the Lake. In Cambridge Narrows in August. Don't worry, I will promote this a lot. Cambridge Narrows has this nice Life at the Lake festival of sorts. I think they do it for a whole week. The guild down there does a quilt show at the tiny little church that's there, and I will be a vendor at that show. Super excited. Had some ladies in here Monday, I think it was, from that area. Absolutely packed the place. Of course, 6 people will pack my place, but it was more than that. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. And I guess that's it. I did not have my notes on a sticky note. That's how organized I am this week. So I will catch you later. You prepare all your questions for me, and I'll see ya on the flip side. Okie dokie. All righty. I'm going to click the button now. Bye.